guess it's starting to be the time we talk about it. I kind of always felt like I should never say anything about this ever. Because, well, I'm just a young Polish sharecropper. How can I relate to the woes of others that I live in a society with and talk with consistently? How could I be? Here it is. It's time to start talking about. Oh. When I lived in Kalamazoo, I worked at a place, and that's about the time when my Halloween costume was coming out right. And I'd always walk in and I'd say, "Can you see the real me, doctor? Doctor?" Which showed my whiteness because it's a Who song. Who else knows that song? Can you see the real me? Can ya? Can ya? But I was starting to come around. I was getting it right. Never wanted to wear a Halloween costume more than 1 year in a row, but I haven't been able to stop because when I saw the movie with that goddamn guy that died, the Joker, I sat in that theater by myself. A friend wanted to go with me. He said, "We'll go Tuesday." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "That friend is never gonna fucking show up. I'm going to see this goddamn thing. I can't wait for it. Somebody died for this part. Let's see what it was that he couldn't take, that he tried to become and could not push out anymore, could not stand the sight of me." I was very excited to hear the truth in its own way, without being offensive, just simply the truth. I was very excited to hear it, and I cackled. I laughed in elation. I didn't cackle. I said, "Ho, ho, 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 ho." That's what I said next to a middle-aged couple that was watching the new movie sitting next to me. And this woman seemed horrified because my laughter was an elation. I said, "I cannot believe they're allowing them to say this." I said it. That's where our ethics come from anymore, is from movies. So I started dressing up like them. And I show up for Halloween in the place where I worked in Kalamazoo. And I was stunned. I've been waiting years to say this, but I think I've got the way to talk about it now, because this is something that has confused me. I was stunned by the notion that blackish folk, people, the people of the brown race, I don't know how to say it right, I'm trying my best. I say blackish generally because in my 1943 dictionary, it was a definition that I came across looking for something else that was not nearly black, but very dark brown. And so blackish comes in because as we learned, there's no such thing as black on a people. It's pigmentation. There are no black people. They're blackish. And I thought that that was a better way of putting it, just more respectable if you wanted to pick a color. I mean, look at me. In the winter, I'm pinkish. I don't know what the hell I am right now. Summer comes around and it goes away. You become who you were meant to be, because we're all the same under the sun. I said, why is it that these guys in the break room were just absolutely ape shit, just love me? People that never talked to me before because I generally look too pinkish and wholesome, and it gives the mistaken understanding that I'm from the land of the ice and snow, and I'm gonna kill everybody that doesn't live around me. I got out of Gaylord because I wanted to see something. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to see what the fuck goes on. I once ran into a couple of Iranians in the airport in Shanghai outside, and they didn't speak English. I didn't, well, you know, Tadakalm Inglesi, that's Arabic, but that's not Iranian. Iranians are Persians. There's an Arabic language, I speak some, but I don't know that I speak any Iranian. So we're talking the way you do with a stranger. Whatever doesn't kill you, simply makes you more interesting. And so I have no problem with anybody. We shifted, I tried English, and then I went to Chinese. That's my second language when I started. I even speak to Spanish people, Mexican people that speak Spanish language in countries, Venezuelans and all that. I keep wanting to go Chinese because that's my second language. Dui Buchi. Mei Guan Shi. So when I realized they didn't speak Chinese, somehow I slid into Spanish, which is not my second language. It's right down there with all the other languages that I know how to buy a beer and get things with. It's not fluidity. It's not fluent. It's junky, lost, and without a goddamn translation book. So, I have no problem with any of this. But I wonder when I see blackish men supporting Trump, I say, why is that? And everybody wants to ask that, but only I have the answer for me. Everybody wants to ask, why is it they're keeping people down? They're just screwing everybody over. He doesn't care. He's acting like, and he'll say, hey, where are my black people when he's in a rally? Hey, where are my gay people? Mine. He says, mine. Everything is about him. Why? Where? Mine. I can tell you why. Why it is they're supporting him. Why the men in the break room. I said, yeah. I'm like, he killed many of your fucking people. This guy, why is it that they love the Joker? And see, there it is. Right here, and behold the pale horse. It says we will put in the Joker. Just as a matter of confusion. And he thinks he's in charge. He's the Joker. He's the clown. They didn't say Joker, they said the clown. Something to be laughed at. the Joker is somebody to be listened to. They come, they want the Joker, the men in the break room. And I said, why would they? And I watched these videos coming up now which surprised me, and I figured out, I question it, but I don't judge it. You see, I'm an agent of chaos. In chaos, there's always an answer, even if it's too late. Why do they support this man? And I realize when we get this fucking guy, why they like the Joker? That guy, he doesn't give a shit about anybody either, as long as they're doing something for him. And you think, oh, that's terrible. But there's people in this country that have been fucked with since they got here. We can't even begin to tell how they got here, why they got here, if there was any underlying purpose for them getting here that is beyond our need for them when we brought them over. We, the people. Nobody cared about their past. Nobody cared about them. But suddenly, they fucking hated them. Why is it that a black man supports that poor guy? It's because he shows no caring whatsoever. It's because the idea that he doesn't care about anything suits them well. They may see their livelihood and their country and their families and the way they live. All of us, everybody that supports him, may see that as being less of a problem than the 300 years, 400 years, how many years. I'm not a proponent of anything. That means I don't have to look anything up. Look, for the hundreds of years that nobody has ever fucking cared about him, do you really think he cares about the way this nation works? There's a reality in tearing something down to make it better. Put all the pieces that work back together. Well, this guy's trying to destroy it all. And there may be an underlying fact that describes why people will go on these shows and support that guy when it's obvious that all their people are going to suffer. Their people are already suffering. It's like when you've got nothing left to lose type of thing. Just as long as everybody else is getting some, having it torn out of them and put back in ways they don't like. That's why Black America supports Trump. We gave this to them.